Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. Welcome to the free game collection. So I've done very well this week, considering the fact that I didn't get up to go to the car boot this week. Usually I get there for about 6 in the morning and then I'm back home for about 8. This week I overslept. I didn't even get there till about 20 past 7, which is usually the time I'm starting to think to myself, right, I need to start heading back home now. Luckily for me, it was a very busy car boot and there was a lot of sellers there, so there's still plenty of stuff there for me to find. And I did find a nice amount of stuff, again, considering the time I got there quite late and sort of past the time when most people have usually gone and got everything, all the good stuff. I found some fantastic stuff here, so let me show you it. So first things first, bit of hardware. Xbox One controller. I think this is called Arctic White. Now this was £3. It was just sitting on the end of someone's table. I saw it and I thought, as I'm walking up to it, I thought there's going to be something glaringly obviously wrong with this, which is why it's still sitting there. Picked it up, had a little play around with it. All the buttons seemed absolutely fine. Asked the lady how much, she said £3, gave her a £3. And I thought, even spares and repairs with a nice condition shell is worth £3. To my surprise, it works absolutely fine. So that's brilliant to have got a hold of. Yeah, as soon as it started working, couldn't believe it. I thought, well, do you know what? It's one there. Why other people had left it? Maybe she left it in the car and didn't put it out till a bit later. Who knows? But £3, I'll take that all day long. That's fantastic. So I'll be taking that to CEX, obviously. Hardware, not looking to sell that on, but we'll get a nice return on that as well. So we'll take that to CEX. I'm sure I won't have any issues with that. Next thing, so there was a lady and she had like just a little tub full of all of random little like electronic bits, and there was something in there that caught my eye. And then when I had a little rummage through, there was quite a few things in there. So I can't remember exactly what. But yeah, £3 as well for these. So the first thing that caught my eye, 2 PS1 memory cards. Now, I think CEX sell these for like £10 each and they give you like £2 for them. So I'll probably be keeping hold of these because these are quite low risk, bit of hardware, aren't they? You'd have thought the amount of people collecting PS1 games, memory cards would be very, very highly sought after, wouldn't you? But they are not, which sort of tells you, how many people are actually playing these PS1 games that they're buying. Not too many, but they... Brilliant, pick those up. I've already got about 10 to 15 memory cards. I don't think I need 2 more, so I'll be keeping all of them for now, but I'll be looking to move those ones on. And then also she had, things you don't see very often, 2 GameCube memory cards in there as well. This is 128 MB, which isn't much nowadays, but I think that was quite big for back in the day. This is the third party, this is an official one. This is 251, I believe. So we got the GameCube the other week, which is great. So I'll be going to keep hold of one of these. Maybe sell the other one. Maybe I'll keep hold of both, to be honest. Might need both. I don't know how much memory a GameCube game takes, saying that, but they were there as well, so that's great. And then in there they had one Game Boy Advance game, but considering I'm a massive Dragon Ball Z fan, which I've mentioned a few times, Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku, I know absolutely nothing at all about this game. I say that, I feel like I've seen screenshots of it, I feel like I have seen it, I've just never ever played it and never really sat down and gave it much attention. I'll be keeping all this one myself. Definitely be keeping all that. CEX take very few Game Boy Advance games, by the way. This one isn't even on their system for me to see sort of what it usually sells for, so I need to have a little look on eBay when I get a second. But yeah, £3. Didn't really give me an individual price for how much for all of it. I just sort of picked it all up and said how much. He said £3. So there you go. That was a nice little find, considering it was all just sort of lumped in with like chargers and random bits of electronics that you have no idea what they are. This next one was just a lady, 50p each for these. Bad Company, Battlefield Bad Company, I think is how you say that one, and Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 4, we pick that one up all the time, so 50p essentially for that. That's nice, we'll be moving that one on ourselves. Battlefield Bad Company, I played this in university, really enjoyed it. CEX, I think this is one of their 1p games, so I'll probably be looking to move this on in my £1 bundles or whatever it is we're going to call them. But Bad Company, I really enjoyed playing that when I was at university. I was happy to pick that one up. 50p each again for these games. I asked how much for the game, she said 50p, and I think she had 5. I think the only one I left was like FIFA 16 or something. What we got, so we've got Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock, mentioned it a couple of times, found it a few times, I'm just not very good at Guitar Hero, so we'll definitely be, I think I'll probably take that one into CEX, to be honest with you. It's a very common game. This one's a bit weird, Red Steel. I say it's weird because it's a good game, it's okay, it was quite unique, there we go, for back in the day when it came out on the Wii. Red Steel 2 is much better, but again, CEX don't give you hardly anything for this. It's a very cheap game, but it's still a good one to have in your Wii collection, so I think I will keep hold of that one to move on myself. Also, we got this here, Call of Duty World War II. We picked this up the other week, and I have only got maybe 1 or 2 levels left of the campaign. I mentioned in that video that I've never given it a go. Well, I decided to have a go on it shortly after filming that, and I only played the campaign, but I really enjoyed the campaign, which is weird because I took a little look and apparently not many people liked the World War II campaign. I think it's great. I really enjoyed it, really thoroughly enjoyed it, quite engrossed in it. But I don't play many Call of Duty games, so maybe I'm just, happy to go with what I've got there, not judging it against all the others. But anyway, you don't get too much for it. I'll probably keep in hold of that one and move it on myself. But yeah, if you pick these up, because you see these are quite a common game. If you see it cheap, pick it up and have a little go on the campaign if you haven't already. I really enjoyed it. And this one, Little Britain, the video game. I know nothing about the game. The condition's in good, the game's in good condition. It's made by Blast, which don't usually make fantastic games. Yeah, I have no idea what the game's all about. I've watched a couple episodes of this recently. It hasn't held up well in regards to probably political correctness. You definitely couldn't get away with it these days. But I must admit, there are parts of it which are really funny. And I remember sitting down as a kid with the family watching them. I don't know when these things first came. 2007 this game was. So it must come out a little bit before, mustn't it? But yeah, anyway, Little Britain the video game, that's a random one. I don't think I have that in my collection. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't. If I don't, I'll be keeping hold of that one for myself, just for a little bit of a time capsule there. Talking about time, that moved on quite well. Pound this was. Time Shift. You don't see many people talking about this game. Again, I played this many moons ago, completed it. It's a first-person shooter. It's a bit futuristic. You can control time, so you can speed it up, you can slow it down. I think you can rewind. Very different gameplay to a lot of the shooters that were out there at the time. It doesn't get much attention. This is a really nice condition one as well. It is in my collection, so I will be looking to move this on. But very nice condition. Yeah. Time Shift, another game that, again, it's been many years since I played it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it when I did. Maybe it's one of those where if I go back now, it's, maybe it's just nostalgia that's running through my veins on that game at the moment. But I really enjoy playing it, I must say. This is one we've had a couple of times. Nintendogs, won't run it too often. It is the Labrador version, which is the most common version you find out there. I'm more than likely be keeping hold of this one. Well, let's say that. It's not very common, is it? I might have a little look and see how much CEX give you for it. It might actually be worth just giving it over to CEX. I'm wanting to bet if there's many Nintendo DS collectors, they've probably already got that one in their collection, one of the first ones. This one was from a lady. She had, in fact, I think these were all the games she had. Maybe I left a FIFA behind, something like that. But I said how much for your games? How for? She said a fiver. So, but just over £1.25 each. We've got some, yeah. So we've got Lego Marvel Superheroes. Picked that up a few times. Got it in the collection. It comes on the 360 as well. Yeah, just moving that one on. That should be a nice easy sell. There's a lot of Marvel fans out there. Then we've got Cars 3, Driven to Win. This is the third time I picked this up this year. I've never picked it up before, but this is the third time this year. It's like it's a new game either. I've already got it on the Xbox One. I picked it up on the PS4. I don't know if I kept it or if I sold it on now. I say that. For some reason, this is upside down. But yeah, so I'll probably be keeping hold of this one to sell, definitely. Yeah, I have no idea if I kept hold of the PS4 one, actually. I need to have a little look at that one. I can't really remember, but fantastic to have had that one. Just Dance 2017, I think I'll be giving this one to CEX. It's in nice condition. I don't think this is the sort of game many people are going to gaming markets to pick up, and I would assume, as with most games that have a year in their title, the older they are, the price just goes down, doesn't it? And then Dying Light. My wife played this game, completed this game. She really enjoyed it. My wife likes zombies and horror and that sort of stuff. It's the first person, like, parkour. Yeah, there was guns in it. Not many shooters. Mainly hit things with a pipe, if I remember correctly, when I was watching it. It's in nice condition. It's not a rare game, obviously, by any stretch of imagination. She's got Dying Light 2 as well. Don't think she played that as much as she did this one. But yeah, what's that say? Over 50 awards and nominations. It was very popular when it came out. So yeah, Dying Light. That's not one I pick up very often. So that was quite nice to see. So £5 for those 4 Xbox One games. That's not bad going at all, is it? Especially, again, you'd have thought most people would have picked that up earlier. Another little bundle, very similar actually. This was £5 as well for 4 games. Lovely lady. I asked if she had any games. She just, there and then, as she was getting stuff out of the car, I said, do you have anything? She literally leant down where she was there and then picked them up and just put them on the table. Couldn't have asked a more better, perfect timing. So there's some PS5 and PS4 in this. So we'll do the PS4 first. We've got Rugby 20. I haven't played a rugby game for a very long time. They did not hold up well back in the day on the PS2 when I played them. My understanding is they haven't got much better as the years have gone on. Problem is with these games is that it's more the sport of rugby. It's just you pass it down the line, and it's one of those games where speed is like it's OP. As soon as you got a fast player, it can sort of break the game a little bit, my understanding. £6 at some point in time in CX. I will be keeping hold of it, and will I? Because it's Rugby 20. I'll have a little look. I might give that CX. I might keep it to sell myself. I'm not sure. But Spider-Man. Fantastic, isn't it? I played this game for the first time this year. I have got Spider-Man 2 on the PS4 as well. I want to give that a go. There's nothing I can say about Spider-Man that hasn't already been said. I'm definitely going to keep hold of that and sell it on myself. Obviously, if you haven't played that, you definitely should be at some point in time. 2 PS5 games then. So I've got Riders Republic. Now, I did notice that this was an American game. I noticed there and then at the time, but I wasn't just going to leave it because I do believe they do work on the PS5s in the UK, which is obviously where I'm based. I know nothing about the game though. The back just gives nothing away. It's got like 3 sentences. Jump into a massive multiplayer playground. Make a name for yourself in a variety of sports. Play with or against your friends. It doesn't give you... It seems like a racing game. There's bikes, there's snowboarding, there's skiing, there's parachuting. Not a clue. I've probably got some gameplay around me so you can take a little look because I'm just blabbering about nothing here. But PS5 game. lovely jubbly. And then the last one out of that little bundle is UFC 5. Now this is 38 quid at some point in time. I believe we're on UFC 6 at the moment, so it's relatively new. Well, obviously it's a PS5 game, so it can't be that old, can it? I'm not a massive UFC, well, I'm not a UFC fan at all, to be completely honest with you. I don't have a PS5 either, so I'm not going to be keeping all this one. And back to what I've said a couple of times, you know, these are numbered, so they have a certain time frame, don't they, until they start to diminish in price quite rapidly. So I'm actually also thinking this might be one that's probably worth putting on Vinted, maybe, because if I remember correctly, yeah, it's beautiful. Like, you know, that disc is absolutely mint. So I could put that on Vinted for somebody that might be looking to play it. But yeah, UFC 5, PS5 game at carboot. Yes, please, every day of the week. The very last two that I've got here, another little £7 I paid for these. You wanted £3 for a PS4 game and then £5 for the PS5 game. So I said, we'd take a pound off. I didn't need to be a bit cheeky, really, especially when I show you what I got. So the PS4 game, Minecraft, yes, happy days. So this is the cross-play one where you can play it with people on the Xbox One and maybe PC. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Yeah, Minecraft, another one of those games where I can't really tell you anything that already hasn't been said by others. I think I will probably be keeping hold of it to sell on myself, but then at the same time, CEX give you quite a bit for it. I need to have a little look, because obviously we're still sort of riding that resurgence from the films with the Minecraft games, because they did go up in price a little bit, but as I say, they are coming down now as well at the time we film this anyway. So Minecraft, there we go. And then this one is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Yeah, fantastic. A PS5, newish PS5 game for £5 at a car boot. Again, the disc is absolutely brilliant, absolutely spot on, isn't it? No marks in it whatsoever. He wanted a £5 for it, so I gave him a £5 for it. I think, at the time of filming this again, I think Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is due for release. Or it could be released at any time now, really, actually. I don't think about it. I'm not sure. I saw it pop up on my Xbox One when I was playing the other day, and I don't think it said it was that long before it came out. So anyway, it's either coming out soon or already is by the time this video is made. £5. You're not going to say no, are you? And again, I think I'm going to put this on Vinted, see if anyone fancies it on there, because the disc is absolutely fantastic condition. You can't complain about it whatsoever. So yeah, three PS5 games at the same car boot, a little late on as well. Don't know what's going on in the world. Don't know what's going on. I'm getting old. That's what's happening. So that's it. That's everything now that I found at the car boot. I think that's a very good result for someone that got there quite late as well. So I am going to go to CEX. I'm going to take this in there and maybe a couple of these games. So I'm going to go to CEX and I'll be back in a minute. And I am back from CEX. To be fair, I probably didn't even really need to go to CEX, and I'll explain why in a minute. How much did everything you just see cost us? 28 quid. Let's take £28 away. The reason I say didn't really need to go to CEX because we did so well on Vinted before we even went to CEX. Black Ops 6, put that up for £25. Got loads of offers for it, all lowballing me, obviously. But I accepted £18 in the end, which I think was quite fair. So £18 for the Black Ops 6 on the PS5. And then also UFC 5, I put that up for 15 quid. Someone offered me 13 quite quickly. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, let's go for it. So I got £31 back from Vinted before I even went to CEX. So on those two items, we got all the money back this week that we invested into all this. So that's great. In CEX, really, I took £2 for Rugby 2020. Again, can't see anyone me after that in a gaming market, so I took the £2 for it. So in total, I got £33 cash. So let's put £33 up there, and then on voucher, I should have just got the Rugby 2020 on voucher. I thought when I left, but you know, I did something weird in my head before I went. I got £1.50 for Just Dance 2017 and £1.10 for Guitar Hero 3. So £2.60 on voucher. So let's just chuck that up there. Probably would have got about £5 if I'd have took the rugby game with it as well. So yeah, sometimes you do weird things in the moment, don't you? But yeah, so all the money back off those two good purchases that we found on Vinted. Happy days, and a little tiny bit of voucher. You're not going to complain, are you? What am I keeping and what am I moving on myself personally? Well, firstly, I just want to say, obviously, I've got this American version of Riders Republic. I don't have a PS5 in the comments. Does anyone mind letting me know if you can actually play the ESRB games, please, on a PS5? I don't know. If you can, I'll keep it and I'll move it on myself. If you can't, I don't know what I'll do with it, to be fair, but if you wouldn't mind, if someone's got a PS5 and they know if you can or can't play them, that would be greatly appreciated. So I've got that floating around. Obviously now, for the power of editing, you'll see to the side of me the games I'm keeping to move on at the gaming market. Nice little variety, if you ask me. I've got a couple good PS4 games in there, a good couple of Xbox One games as well. Time Shift's a nice one to have. You don't see that all the time these days. But yeah, a lovely little bundle of games there, which should definitely get us a couple quid back in the future. So that's nice to have. What am I keeping for myself? Well, firstly, I am, of course, keeping all these memory cards that we picked up. You can never have too many PS1 memory cards, can you? Because heaven forbid we should run out of memory for them. GameCube, recently recently got one of these. I didn't have any memory cards for them at all, so that's perfect. Well, that's a lie. I think I do have one actually in one of the games, but perfect timing for a couple more, so I'm certainly keeping hold of that. And of course, Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku on the Game Boy Advance. Will I ever play it? Probably not, because I haven't played the Game Boy Advance in a very long time. I think I've got this on my Retro Pi as well. I think I have actually had a quick dabble on it, and it's not brilliant, but as a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, very, very grateful to have this in the collection. So that's absolutely spot on for me. That's being kept. Love anything I can get my hands on Dragon Ball Z, I will take. This is a perfect reason, again, very quickly, as to why I'm not selling hardware at a car boot. At the gaming market. So I've got a couple of Xbox One. As I was testing this, I had a quick go with my day-to-day Xbox One controller, the one I use all the time. My Xbox One controller just decided to sort of give up on me. Suddenly got major stick drift, and the R1 button isn't working. So I was like, oh, just out of the blue, it's worked absolutely fine. It worked one day, literally went to it less than 24 hours later, and the thing just gave up on me. So it turns out I picked up this. Perfect timing. Now, obviously, I do have a couple of Xbox One controllers lying around. You know, if I didn't pick this up, I certainly wouldn't have been short a controller. However, it does just prove how 1 minute the thing's absolutely fine. Next thing you know, I haven't dropped it or anything. I've literally played it, put it on the side, and then it's just dead the next time I picked it up. So I'm keeping hold of this one just to offset the loss of that one recently. But that one that broke, I got from a car boot about 2 years. I don't know if anyone's been watching this long. One of my first videos, I poked up that Frankenstein Xbox One controller. It's black and white and blue, and I said I'll keep it and use it. It's that one. So 2 years later, from a car boot for free, it's gave up on me. But hey ho, anyway. Keeping hold of that one now, so that's perfect timing. Welcome to the family. And then the game that I'm keeping hold of is Little Britain, the video game. I don't have it in the collection. I do have very fond memories of Little Britain. Again, it hasn't aged fantastically well, has it, in regards to political correctness and what have you. However, I'm not going to lie to you. I think I am going to put this in the console and have a little go with it. Well, it seems to be a load of mini games, but oh, what a kerfuffle! Vicky Pollard. I'm the only gay in this game. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? So yeah, keeping hold of that one. Lovely condition. That's going in my PS2 collection. So this week, got all the money back from two very nice finds that we found up on Vinted, so that's great. Tiny bit of voucher, a nice stack of games to move on, and weirdly a bit of hardware for my own collection, which is quite nice. Plus a bit of British comedy gold on the PS2. There you go. So thank you very, very, very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves.